What is up, YouTube? Guys, Jericho426 coming at you with another Marvel Contest of Champions video. And today, guys, we are going to be talking about, well, I guess kind of a champion highlight and what she is good for. Of course, guys, you saw the title of the video, and it's none other than Elsa Bloodstone. Guys, I pulled my very first 6-star Nexus just a couple weeks ago off some Cavalier crystals, and I had really my only two options in that crystal were Mysterio and Elsa Bloodstone. And I mean, I chose Elsa Bloodstone, right? Because I knew, actually based off a video from MSD, that she was fairly good. Now I had somebody comment in the comment section later saying, well, you really should have went with Mysterio. And my argument was, well, they're both really good champions in their own rights, but they really wouldn't be game-changing overall. However, I kind of think I was wrong about that they weren't game-changing, and actually, I'm really happy with my pull of Elsa Bloodstone. So guys, here's the thing. Champions are not made, or most champions are not made, to be good at everything, right? If they were all good at everything, well, then there'd be no reason to have any more champions. We could just have one or two and they'd be done, right? We could just complete the entire game with them. But we have champions that are really good at damage output, really good at utility, and now we even have, kind of like War Machine, several champions that are good at, like, support champions, right? They're going to add to your other members of the roster. I guess Odin, I would feel like Odin kind of goes to the same category as well, even though I know his Special 2 is a little powerful, but yeah, we'll get into that later, maybe in another video. But these champions are more support champions, right? So Elsa Bloodstone is a great champion, not necessarily for overall damage output, but she has great utility in the sense that she can really deal with evade champions. And evade champions aren't, not every champion in the game has evades, but you do have Medusa, obviously from the title, Ultron, right? You have all of the Spider-Man characters or Spider-Verse characters. And so there are quite a few champions that can evade, even some that just will randomly evade, and you're not aware of when it's going to happen, and it can really throw you off in your game. So I wanted to highlight some evade counters with Elsa Bloodstone and just how fantastic she is at countering evades. And even Ultron's new evade ability, which, if you know from playing the game, if you've played some Ultrons, not everyone who has an evade counter can actually counter Ultron's evade. So, guys, let's check out some gameplay of Elsa Bloodstone taking out some of the most annoying evade champions. So first, let's talk about Miles Morales, and I wanted to highlight this. This is pretty cool because Elsa has her own evade, and you can see here where Miles will evade after she evades. But you can see here, Miles just evades quite a bit, and that makes him one of the more annoying champions to play in the game. So, as Elsa, what can she do about this? Well, she can use her Coldsnap abilities using a double medium or any of her special attacks, and she'll apply that Coldsnap. Now, the Coldsnap is going to make it impossible while it's active for any champion to evade. You're going to see here that as he tries to evade now, anytime Miles Morales will do that, the evade will fail. So right here, the evade failed there, and he's got 2 cold snaps on him right now. And again, you're about to see one more time, evade failed again. So now you've basically just turned Miles Morales into a very standard run-of-the-mill champion because he no longer has the ability to evade. And as long as you keep a cold snap on him, using those double medium attacks or any of your special attacks, you're going to make sure that he cannot evade and counter in that very annoying way that he always does. That time Elsa was able to evade. So now we're going to move on to Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is one of the most annoying champions to fight in the entire game, in my opinion. I hate fighting him. For some reason, I'm very bad at parrying this champion. But you can see, once we land that cold snap on him now he's no longer going to be able to evade back and do his little bamf. So as soon as he comes in, look, busted, and now we're going to go in, evade failed. No longer being able to evade Elsa's abilities, again, using that double medium attack and or any of her special attacks. Now this fight is just going to play out like normal. I might still get hit by him. Again, I'm not even sure. Like I said, I'm really bad at parrying Nightcrawler. But you can see, again, that evade failed to trigger. We're going to go in, and then she's going to come in, and evade failed again. So he's just not able to use that evade ability. Now let's take a look at the fight with Ultron. Now, something interesting you'll notice about Elsa Bloodstone, in the fights with Ultron, when she does a double medium, she doesn't apply a cold snap, she applies an incinerate, which does not have the same anti-evade effect. You're going to have to use a special attack in order to apply those cold snaps. But once you do apply the cold snaps, you're about to see right here, the evades already failed to trigger while he was at the very tail end of that special attack. Now that those cold snaps are on, we're going to have to wait until his evade runs all the way back around and triggers. But you're going to see as we do this, look, evade failed, and then we busted him here, so evade failed. So again, if you're having a tough time beating Ultron, no matter what part of the game it is, using a cold snap champion is definitely the best way to go, and Elsa Bloodstone is a fantastic option for cold snap champions and just turns Ultron into another piece of scrap metal.